Most of us crave safety and certainty. We tend to avoid the unknown because it feels risky. But if you really want to live a life full of challenges and adventure, your comfort zone is the last place you'll find it. The secret to personal growth is pushing yourself beyond what feels easy, taking on challenges you never thought you could handle. It's totally normal to feel scared when stepping out of your comfort zone. Our comfort zones are often built more on fear than actual comfort. But when you take risks, you'll discover your true strength. That's how you become more resilient, confident, and self-aware. If you're feeling stuck and wondering how to break out of your comfort zone, you're in the right place. Whether you're someone who loves exploring new horizons or just wants to grow in your everyday life, this video has everything you need to know. Our comfort zones look something like this: going to school or work, doing just enough to get by, and sometimes not pushing ourselves beyond that. We get easily distracted by quick fixes on our phones or other devices, and then spend our weekends hanging out with the same people. But what happens if we dare to step out of that routine? So, why is it so hard to step out of your comfort zone? It's because the comfort zone is where we feel familiar and in control. Nothing challenges us there, so it's easy to see why people like to stay put. But leaving it means facing the unknown, and that often brings anxiety, fear, and stress. When these feelings hit, our natural instinct is to avoid risks and stay in our safe bubble. But to truly grow, we need the willpower and mindset shift to break free. No matter what stage of life you're in, challenging yourself is always a big step, and it takes time. Feeling scared, stressed, or even in pain as you grow is totally natural. But when you push through, you're telling your brain that these new experiences are safe. Your comfort zone will expand, and you'll gradually become braver when facing the unknown. So instead of getting stuck in boredom or the fear of missing out, ask yourself, do you have the courage to break old habits and embrace the challenge? Doing hard things can lead to amazing experiences. All you have to do is trust yourself and take that step into the unknown. It's easy to see why many people choose the path of least resistance, living a predictable life without real challenges. But if you stay in your comfort zone too long, you might end up doing more harm than good. Your comfort zone can shrink if you don't challenge yourself. Things that once felt easy could become difficult if you don't step outside and explore. Want to know why stepping out of your comfort zone is so important? Stick around. You'll become stronger. Think about the first time you took on a new job or had to speak in front of a crowd. That fear and anxiety probably hit you hard, right? But once you faced it, you realized it wasn't as bad as you thought. It's totally normal to feel nervous about change, but it only becomes a problem when that fear stops you from moving forward. Remember when you first learned to ride a bike? You probably fell a bunch of times, but then you figured out how to balance and got over that fear. Facing challenges with a positive attitude will help you grow. And when you look back, you'll be proud of the tough paths you chose to take. You'll get more creative. Stepping out of your comfort zone sparks creativity. Think about the first time you tried cooking a new dish. You had to experiment, mix ingredients, and sometimes fix mistakes. Those experiences didn't just make you more creative. They helped you find better ways to do things. Studies show that people who challenge themselves tend to be more creative. So if you want to tap into your creative side, try something new even if it's as simple as taking a different route to work. You'll build confidence. Remember the first time you spoke up in a big meeting or decided to take a new class? Those first steps were probably filled with anxiety, but each time you pushed through, you felt stronger and more confident. This confidence doesn't just help you see life in a more positive light, it also reduces stress and anxiety. Challenging yourself is how you build trust in your abilities. It's how you prove to yourself that you can push past what you thought were your limits. You'll keep growing. Think about the first time you stood up for something you believed in or decided to leave a job that no longer inspired you. When we're younger, it's easier to take risks. But as we get older, the fear of failure can start to hold us back. To keep growing, you've got to be brave enough to face failure and learn from it. Remember, no growth happens without challenges. The key is being willing to change your mindset and actions to overcome those challenges. You'll meet new people and have valuable experiences. Stepping out of your comfort zone not only opens up new opportunities, but it also introduces you to people you never thought you'd meet. Imagine joining a new club or traveling to a place you've never been. These experiences not only enrich your life, but also create new relationships and opportunities you never expected. As they say, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. It's time to start living the life you've always dreamed of. And with these tips, you can make it happen. Let's talk about running as an example. First, run more often. Instead of sticking to 3 days a week, try bumping it up to 4. Yeah, it might feel tougher at first, but it'll help you build a solid routine. The more you run, the more it becomes a natural part of your life, making it easier to keep going in the long run. Second, push yourself harder. This could mean adding sprints or tackling some hills. Instead of just cruising at 60% of your effort, push it up to 90%. Not only will this make your workouts more effective, but it also keeps things interesting because you're not doing the same thing every time. Second, push yourself harder. This could mean adding sprints or tackling some hills. Instead of just cruising at 60% of your effort, push it up to 90%. Not only will this make your workouts more effective, but it also keeps things interesting because you're not doing the same thing every time. And these principles don't just apply to running, they work for just about anything. Learning a new language, practice every day, maybe even multiple times a day if you can. Extend your study sessions by 15 minutes and use methods like active recall and spaced repetition to really lock in what you've learned. These small steps add up to big progress. Let me give you another example. Take someone who's socially anxious and avoids meeting new people. It's outside their comfort zone, so they choose to spend time alone or with familiar friends instead. There's nothing wrong with that, but if they start isolating themselves more, their comfort zone will shrink. The fear they avoid only grows to the point where even calling up an old friend becomes a challenge. So, here's the paradox. Staying in your current comfort zone might lead to more discomfort down the road. Just like a muscle that isn't used will weaken, if we don't challenge ourselves, we lose the ability to handle life's obstacles. That's why I try to do something challenging every day. I don't want to get stuck or have the things that feel easy now become hard later. Pushing yourself with tougher tasks means stepping out of your comfort zone. You'll meet new people and have valuable experiences. Stepping out of your comfort zone opens up new opportunities, experiences you never imagined, and new relationships. There's a saying, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Now's the time to start living the life you want. With these tips, you can make it happen. When you step out of your comfort zone, you enter the growth zone. It might feel awkward or even like you're totally out of your depth, but that's where real progress happens. Think about it. If you keep lifting the same weights at the gym, you're not going to get stronger. Or if you're learning a new language but only practice what you already know, you're not going to improve. To really see progress, you've got to up the challenge. Maybe that means lifting heavier weights or trying to recall new information without looking it up. Yes, it'll be uncomfortable. Yes, you'll struggle. And yes, you might feel a bit foolish at times. But anything worth doing requires going through that tough phase, because the most valuable things are often the hardest to achieve. There's no improvement without challenge. Remember that. And don't forget, the comfort zone isn't just one place. We have different zones for different areas of our lives. You'll keep growing. When we're young, we're more willing to take risks. But as we get older, the fear of failure starts to creep in. To overcome that fear, we need to shift our mindset. No growth comes without some struggle, and if you want to keep evolving, you've got to face failure head on. Stepping out of your comfort zone can be tough, but it's always worth it. Leaving behind what's familiar and venturing into the unknown can be scary. But think about it. What do you really get by staying in your comfort zone? Does it lead to new experiences, joy, or growth? Probably not. If you want a life full of excitement and fulfillment, staying in your comfort zone isn't the answer. Take a risk, face your fears, and expand your horizons. Don't hesitate. It's time to push yourself toward new horizons. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to support the channel. I'll keep bringing you content that helps you grow and discover more about yourself. Thanks for watching.